Hello everyone, it is Jazz here. I just felt like doing a tag video again, so I'm going to do the book titles tag today because it just looked really fun. So both Rachel Reads and Books and Looks did a version of the tag where we basically answer questions with book titles. So I will link you to both of those videos in the description. But a couple people started basically merging these two tags together and doing them at the same time, which is what I'm going to do today. So I will link you to a couple other videos where people have done that as well so that you can see the full shebang. Before I start answering the questions, sometimes I got a little stuck on finding a book title and I just answered with a movie title instead because that is my way. So I'm just gonna do my own thing with a couple of these on this tag. And without further ado, let's go on answering some questions with some book titles. Title, that's the story of your life. Dancing in the Wings, because I am a dancer and a dance teacher, but because of my learning difference as well as some stuff with my body type, sometimes I don't always fit in like the typical little dancer box, which is totally okay because that's what this book is about. It's about a little dancer that doesn't always fit in the typical little box as everybody else, and that's totally cool. So I went with this title that describes your perfect weekend. A long sleep, because I really love sleeping and taking naps. Title of an adventure you'd like to go on. To the lighthouse, because I think lighthouses are really super cool and I wouldn't mind taking an adventure to go see one. Title you'd like to name your child. I got super stuck on boys' names, so I don't have a boy's name, but for girls I went with the ever fun and quirky Coraline. And then I thought Ariel might be a good option because it's the name of a Sylvia Plath poetry book and a Shakespearean reference and a reference to a Disney princess. All are really cool things. Title of your ideal job. I have White Swan, Black Swan, because I think it would be cool to be in a modern dance version of Swan Lake. That's just my fun idea. Then I went with the Vinyl Princess. I don't know how the Vinyl Princess would necessarily work, but my idea is that you could like curate people's vinyl music collection and like also make them awesome playlists, because that would be a really flippin' awesome job. Title of a place you'd like to visit. Of course, The Secret Garden. Title of your love life. I had to go with the movie title for this one, and I'm gonna go with Never Been Kissed. Believe it or not, it's true. Questions you ask yourself. The only book-ish things that I could think that even formed a question were Jacob Have I Loved and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and the second one is technically a play, and really neither of these are questions that I ask myself on a daily basis. Title of a kingdom you want to rule or name. So I'm torn between Otherland or Neverwhere, but I do think I would probably be a more benevolent ruler of these places than anybody else in these books. Title you would name your band. So I have some really good options here. Catalyst, Dream Country, The Furies, or Black Orchid. What is your current mood? I'm gonna go with Pretty Happy. I don't know if I'll ever read this book, but it does sound intriguing, so I thought it was a very good answer for this question. And I kind of like that it kind of says like, hey, I'm mostly happy. Like, not every day is super perfect, but you know, if you're mostly happy and you're pretty happy, it's still a good thing. What is your favorite color? So my favorite color is lime green, and I don't think I'm going to find a title with that specific shade of green in the title, so I decided to go with my mom's favorite color, and her favorite color is the color purple. Describe your booktube bestie. So first of all, I have to say that I feel like every friend you have is your best friend, but in a different way because you have different things in common with different people. But I have to say, my first booktube friend that I had, as well as the person that I talked to most about booktubey things, is AJ from A Stitch in Time, and I had to go with the book Fangirl for her, even though she really doesn't like this book. So sorry, AJ. But my reasoning is that she really is a huge fan of Twilight and the Shadowhunters, and she's like diehard about it, and she's a really good diehard reader of series books, which I think is super awesome in general. So even though AJ did not find Fangirl to be her particular cup of tea, it's still the book title that came to mind when I thought of her. How do you feel about 2017 so far? So oddly, the book title that came to mind is So Be It. So I guess I'm thinking whatever will be for 2017. Where do you want to travel? So I'm going to have to go movie title again with this one and say that I would like to take a Roman holiday. What is your relationship status? I went with Quirky Alone, a manifesto for uncompromising romantics. Quirky Alone was a term that was invented by the author of this book, Sasha Kagan, and it's basically about people who enjoy being single and also taking time by themselves and would rather wait to find someone who is somebody that they're really interested in being in a relationship with, as opposed to just dating indiscriminately all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I really don't actually mind being single. I kind of enjoy it. So hence the never been kissed thing. What are your summer plans? So summer is almost over, believe it or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that any plans that I had for summer are gone with the wind. Lastly, what are your goals for 2017? And my goal is to dream more. That was the book titles book tag, even though I occasionally answered with movie titles and cheated a little bit, but you know, whatevs. And I'm going to go ahead and tag whoever wants to do this tag. It is a super fun one to do, so if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. And that is it for today. I will see you all on Thursday, my fabulous peeps. Thank you for watching. Bye!